Good evening, everybody. My name is Johny Lopez. I'm a computer science master's student at the University of New Orleans. I'm focusing on AI and robotics. And today I'll be presenting Connect, which is a Louisiana CO2 reporting platform. Our goal is to empower local climate action through transparent data, reporting, and visualization. So let's go ahead and see a little bit of what the application is. Our solution is a web application, which meets the three main requirements of the mission of the challenge, which were centralized reporting across multiple sectors, also simplify the compliance process, as well as visualizing the data from different aspects like the companies, regulators, and the public as well. So the main features of our application is data reporting and visualization, where companies can easily input emission and carbon capture data through automated validation and real-time visualizations. We have a compliance tracking where companies automatically get a regulatory check based on the industry sector, and they tell them if their report is either compliant or non-compliant. As well as we have a regulatory oversight from regulators such as the government, local communities, and as well as the public, with comprehensive dashboards for regulators and the public to ensure accountability, transparency, and monitor compliance across multiple sectors. So who benefits from this? So we have our three main target users, which is the company, regulators, and the public. For companies, we're simplifying the emission report process, as well as automating the compliance checks process. We are also showing them deadline reminders for any report they have to submit before a specific deadline, and as well as analysis of historical data by showing them all the past reports they have uploaded to the platform. For regulators, such as government or policymakers, we're allowing them for real-time compliance monitoring across different sectors and across multiple companies with industry-wide data analysis, as well as the streamlined oversight, and also simplifying any audits or inspections that they have to make to specific companies. And then for the public, we're enhancing transparency with emissions data by making this data public to everybody with easy to understand graphics and visualizations, as well as industry performance tracking to make sure companies are meeting their compliance goals, and also it overall enhances environmental impact awareness. So let's take a look at a little bit of what the impact of this application would look like in the market. So for the industry sector, we're bringing together all the emission data from multiple sectors into one easy-to-use platform. We are replacing the scatter reporting and the manual tracking with an organized and automated system. And it will keep the companies on track with any deadlines or with any requirements that they have to meet by giving them automatic reminders. And now for the public and for the community, we're empowering the citizens to explore all the facilities around the area and to understand what their environmental footprint is, as well as we're promoting the awareness and the transparency on CO2 reporting from all the companies in the region. And of course, it has a big environmental impact by making sure these companies have meet their requirements. We're promoting the reduction in industrial emissions that will increase visibility, accountability on the companies, as well as better data will lead to smarter emission reduction strategy by the policymakers, by the company for greener operations. So let's take a look for the first target user that we have, which are our companies. The platform empowers the companies to streamline their carbon footprint and all the compliance process. We're looking here at the dashboard of the company, where they can see the whole monthly CO2 emissions based on the data they have uploaded. They can also see the recent reports with their status of the report. I hope you can see it, but either it will be compliant, non-compliant. If the system detects any inconsistencies on the data, it will also show in there. And then the companies can easily input new data as well as view past reports. And they get here a reminder of any the reports that they have to upload before a deadline. So let's take a look at what the data reporting looks like. We have if a company wants to upload a new report, they'll have to go into the new emission report button. They'll specify the period for the report they want to upload, as well as the facility, which is the name of the company, and then they will input the metric tons of emissions for that specific quarter or period. And any additional comments they want to upload to the report. Now that will be saved into our database, which will go in the past emission report. So the companies will be able to look at all the reports they have uploaded with their status. Okay, sorry. So they will be able to look at the status on the review, either if they're compliant, not compliant. If there's any lead submissions, they will be able to look at all the view past reports. Now for the regulators, our platform is also empowering regulators to, with a centralized system, to monitor all the CO2 reports from different companies, as I was saying before. It simplifies that oversight process by automatically detecting any missing report, any inconsistencies with the data. It will track deadlines. It will also generate any alerts for any non-compliant companies, as well as it will give the ability to the regulators to send any notices or any emails to that specific company to let them know there is something wrong with their data, or if they have to upload a new report. On the regulatory dashboard, they have all the information on how many companies have been uploading data to the application, how many tons of CO2 have been reported, as well as this visualization showing them emissions trends, just to make sure, like for example, policymakers, they want to know if the policies they have been given are actually having an effect on the CO2 reduction. Now for the public, our platform wants to enhance the awareness on CO2 emissions. It wants to enhance transparency by making all the compliance and emissions data accessible to everybody. The public can easily explore with interactive dashboards, with showing the industry performance, regional emission trends, and any progress towards sustainability goals. So we have here our public CO2 emission dashboard, which shows, for example, how many tons, as I was saying before, any year-to-year change in CO2 emissions, how many companies have been uploaded data to the portal, as well as it will sort them by industry to make the public know what industry is the one who emits the most CO2, just for general knowledge. One of the things that I wanted to implement on this application is that if we want to enhance transparency on CO2 data for the public specifically, we have to also work on the knowledge on CO2 data. So the dashboard, the public dashboard, shows some information on Louisiana legislation specifically on CO2 reporting, just to enhance that awareness for the people to understand where does that compliant or non-compliant status come from, based on their industry, based on different factors. So all of that is shown on the public dashboard. We also have a compliance map where public can easily access Louisiana's map, and it will show all the companies that have been reported to the platform with their status, with all the information on how many metric tons. This is again to enhance that awareness of the general public on which companies and how are they affecting the community environmental footprint. One of the things that we wanted to integrate into our application is AI, of course. AI is not implemented into the compliance status, so that's completely based on the regulations, but we do have AI as an assistant. So for example, for each different target user, customer, companies, regulatory and public, there's a different version of the AI. So we're using a local LLM, which was what's fine-tuned on CO2 data to make it professional and just to use the technicality of CO2 reporting. We're hosting our own LLM on our own server. And this also increased that safety on, we're not sharing any CO2 data with these big AI providers such as FD or any other, but we're using our own, which will make it more reliable and also more technical. We can fine-tune the parameters on the specific AI to just make it do what we want it to do specifically. It could generate data summaries. It could help companies, for example, kind of make sure they're compliant. It will give you tips on how can you be compliant, what do you have to reduce. For the public specifically, it will allow you to better understand sometimes complex data, and for regulatory as well, understand a specific company, or it can send you a notice for that company automatically. So that's CO2NNECT. It's already live now, so if you want to check it out, there's a QR code, you can scan it, and it will take you directly to the platform. So thank you so much for your attention.